Going live. Okay, let's go. All right, you're picking this up. Command and Conquer reference.
Yes.
All right, so welcome, true believers, to this June's no May semester today and Friday, and this is Ken Yap, your host. And today we have a special session, and just to kick off the May semester, we have Edo Flight from OSU. So thank you very much,
Hey,
also Edo, for coming
thank
for
you
this
for
amazing
inviting
session.
me here too. I'm really honored to be here. This is my first interview ever for actually anything.
Yeah, first interview for everything. All right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
uh,
Mm.
again, thank you very much for being here. So
Yeah.
also for
Mm.
those who don't know, also is actually a rhythm game that is actually
Yeah.
designed and developed by a man named Dean Herbert, nicknamed Peppy,
Mm-hmm.
and this was
Mm.
released in the year 2007. And also is actually inspired by by Nintendo DS game known as Os Tatakae Oendan, released in the year, let's see, 2005. So the reason why Osu was inspired by,
2007, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's a long time ago, 2005.
Mm.
So the
I
reason
think
why
it's
this
2007, I think. 2007.
mm,
Not five. Yeah.
no, 2007 is Osu, and
Talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
Oendan. Yes, Oendan is
yes,
2005.
Oendan
Yes.
was in
Yes.
2005.
Yeah.
So what made also being inspired was that surprisingly Oendan had a large import amount outside of Japan, and it is through this discovery that Oendan is popular in outside of Japan, that they released an international title known as Elite Beat Agents. So Elite
Mm.
Beat Agents had very wide reception over its gameplay and wacky game mechanics and design. That Owendan had a sequel, the Owendan 2, and that was really sometime around 2007. It is through this popularity that kept rising. Eventually, Dean Herbert decided to make his own version of Osu without the needs of relying on the set list that Oendan and EDB agents have, and he just allowed this platform to be released as an open source software for everyone to develop their own the music over the Osu platform. So it's been so many years since Osu's release, and the development time has now come to a point where the community in Osu is very large, and now we have Edo here as the design for not just Osu but also the Osu website itself. So yeah, once again, thank you very much for coming over to UOW, and here we are to talk more about Edo
Mm.
Flight's journey as a designer, and what
Yay.
can he show and contribute towards also ever since he joined the Dean Herbert's group.
Yeah. Yay. Hopefully, like I'll make your time worth it here. I have a lot of things to say. But we'll just keep this casual, I guess, and stuff. There's a lot of things we can talk about. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so
So where should we
let's
start?
kick. Yeah, where should we
Mm.
start? So let's kick off
Yeah.
with how you started off as a designer in Malaysia, because as you all know,
Mm.
Ido is a Malaysian, and
I'm a Malaysian. Whoa.
yes, and he got an opportunity to work in Japan together
Mm.
with Pepe, and
Mm.
we want to know now what he has done ever since he graduated from university, and
Mm.
what he has what how he got to Japan since then.
So
Right. So
yeah, are we gonna go with the full story and stuff, because like it's quite a lengthy one though.
well, we got 2 hours, so
All right.
yeah.
Okay, so I like design ever since I was a kid. When I was exposed to computers since very young. Like for example, as early as the original Doom and Warcraft 2 and things like
You're
that.
right.
So
Yeah.
the things that I'm intrigued the most when it comes to games is the design itself. I was so intrigued into like all the UI and stuff. I don't even know what it was called back then because people just call it like interface. So I like to design that. I like it so much that I would try to make my own mock-up design in Paint, because that's the only thing I have in Microsoft Paint. I'll make my own interface and things like that. And then I thought like, okay, I like this, so As I studied in high school, I created my own website and stuff. I tried to make a website for my school and things like that. So from there, I kind of like learn a lot of technical skills. So by the time I finished SPM, I thought like, hey, I really want to do design. I think design is where I my passion is. However, my SPM result was like kind of colorful, so a lot of university didn't accept me. I applied for like MMU's Faculty of Creative Multimedia at the time, but instead of that, they offered me the diploma in IT. Uh, I'll take it anyway because I still have interest in IT at the time.
Option.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I still like IT, and IT is a little bit related to design in a way at that time because web design it's also considered as IT stuff. And then I didn't do well, of course, because I w- it, I could do it. It's just that I didn't have much passion into it, and I had a dilemma where I'm not sure if I want to continue this as a job. So at the same time, I started doing design as a part time thing. Luckily, MMU Melaka back then, we had a very strong club culture, and there's a lot of club activities. And from there, I started to help out clubs with their designs. Say, hey, you want design stuff? So yeah, I did it. I was lucky because Melaka doesn't have a design department. All the creative stuff went to Cyberjaya. In Melaka, it's more on like business, engineering, law, and stuff. So like they don't have much creative stuff happening. So I was lucky. I get to flex my skill there. Um, I get a lot of clients there, including MMU themselves. Like sometimes came to me to ask me for design. So from there, I managed to work up on a really good portfolio. To cut things short, after years of studying in MMU, I managed to create like a portfolio, and then I start applying for jobs. So my first job was at this like animation studio in KL Central. KL Central,
Ah,
yes.
yes, Care
Yeah,
Central.
KL Central. So my job description was pretty loose. They don't really tell me what to do. They're like, okay, you're gonna help us with this pre-production of a animation project. They were very ambitious. I've seen some of the things that they do. It was pretty insane. It's really good. So I was intrigued, and I was really happy to be part of the team. However, with that company, they got a little bit too ambitious. Like for a small studio, they were running like at least 5 projects at once. So I'm
Wow.
like, okay, that's pretty insane. And mind you that there was only like 10 of us in that studio. So imagine 10 employees doing 5 projects at once. So like we couldn't really focus a lot of things. So even like sometimes we focus on 3 projects, that's a little bit too much because we should just focus on one project. And because of that, cut story short, things didn't go well. So I moved on to another company. This is a design house. The next company that I work with is William Harold Wong. It's one of the oldest design house in the country, I guess. My boss is William Harold Wong. In the design industry, he's quite well known. I assume because he's been
Hmm.
around since the 60s and since the
Yeah.
70s.
William Harrowong is a very known well associate.
Yeah. So like he did a lot of things like like the Bank Negara logo. Like he's the one who like redesigned it and stuff, make the Kijang logo and things like that. So like there's a lot of things that he done. So like working with him, I learned a lot. So this is where things get really interesting. I never had a proper design education because I studied IT.
Hmm.
So all of my peers who are younger than me, they all came from a proper design background. They went to a design school and stuff, so they learned everything properly. And I didn't. I learned everything based on the web. I self taught everything. So that I had a difficulty there because there were a lot of things they assume I know I did not know and things like that. So within a month working there, I learned a lot. It wasn't easy. They judged me a lot. It's like, oh my god, are you a designer? Things like that. I don't believe you. And I'm like, to do. So but yeah. So inside the company, we work on mostly like branding projects. We do branding, marketing, and like all those strategy. Most of the projects that we do are like properties. So like all these expensive properties like condominiums and like some of the is kind of projects like the East Ledang and the Putri Harbor kind of thing. We did some I didn't do most of the branding. I mostly execute the branding. So they need a design, they need like something for hoarding and things like that. I just simply do it and things like that. So that's what I do. Yeah, working on all these properties that I can never afford in my lifetime. Yeah, I worked there for almost 2 years. I think I can't really remember the timeline. For almost 2 years. And the the hours there is like kind of crazy. Sometimes I OT a lot. Sometimes I have to work out to like 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. just to finish my tasks. Not because mostly because I'm like kind of slow. I think because I was it's something very new to me, so I had to like keep up and things like that. And everyone have a deadline, and I have to like work extra hours to work on the deadline. Sometimes I have to sleep in the office just to um, deliver everything and things like that. So and then like while I was working there, I met up with a friend. This is mostly like because like I'm at the same time I'm also work for Comic Fiesta
Mm.
as a volunteer, so like I get to know more people from there. So I met another friend who is like a fellow Comic Fiesta goer, and he works in Japan. And he's like, hey, come work with me in Japan. Just give me a portfolio. And if someone comes to you and say that to you, you wouldn't take it seriously, right? The people just, yeah, of course, he's just trying to be nice and things like that. But few days later, he insists. He keep on saying, no, 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 just give me your portfolio and things like that. Now I can set you up,
So
things like that. So it sounded like a deal which is like too good to be true. So I thought like, okay, fine. I just simply take it. So I prepare like a portfolio of the things that I've done and things like that, and send it on the way to him. A week later, they came back to me and said like, "Hey, we are serious about this. We would like to have an interview with you over Skype." And I'm like, "Whoa, what?"
yeah.
The company is PixSafe, by the way. So it was PixSafe. So PixSafe is like the impression I get of PixSafe is a really big company. For those who don't know, PixSafe is basically the deviant art of Japan. It's like if you're illustrator, you for sure will know PixSafe. Like it's the go-to website for any illustrator who is like
uh,
more on the yeah.
so just so you
So
know, that Pixif is a very ever growing website that handles illustrations mostly in Japanese and also abroad.
mm,
And Pixif was around way before, around
it's a
2010s, I
long
think.
time
Yeah,
ago. I think I
it was
can't
a long
remember,
time ago,
but
and
yeah, a
yeah.
very long time ago. They exploded in popularity because they host a lot of really good illustrator there. So I was really really excited for this. But at the same time, I was trying to keep my expectations down because the deal was kind of too good to be true, and I had some concerns, but I didn't think too much about it. I felt like like I'll just worry about this when the job offer lands. Right now I'm just like trying to apply for jobs, which is very important. Don't think too much when you guys apply for job. Just apply and worry about it later. You only worry about it when the job lands to you. So this is a tip for you guys. So they came back to me. They want an interview. There was 4 rounds of interview. So after the fourth round, they were like, "We need you. We want someone like you to work with us." And that's where the reality hits me, and I'm like, "Oh crap! I have to actually uh prepare myself to work in Japan." It was a little bit concerning for me because I did not have the financials to move there, and I have to pay everything on my own. And second, like I I know nothing about the Japanese language. I watch anime and things like that, but doesn't mean that, like, I understand language. I can read and things like that. So I kind of panicked. Um, but however, I managed to get a bunch of help here and there. So I landed myself in Japan, and I worked for Big Save for 2 years. I think somewhere around 2 years. Um, can just stop me if I miss some of the details, because I can't really remember some of this. Um, is Ken missing there because I can't see him? Oh no, I'm not sure if anyone can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay? You guys can hear me. Okay, I'll continue. Internet is really spotty sometimes, I guess. So um, so in PickSafe, I work on completely different things that I didn't work on before. So in my first company, I work as a pre-production where I provide like character design and things like that, scripts and things like that. And then in William Harold Wong, I worked on um branding, marketing strategy, and things like that. So this is the first time I work as a designer for a web company. So I work on UI and on all that thing, like including the smartphone app. So this is another new thing for me, but I took the challenge, things like that. um Surprisingly, there were not many designers in Pixiv at that time. Most of them are like engineers and marketing people and all the general admins and things like that. They don't have many designers at that time. Pixiv was kind of small at that time. It's not as big as it is right now.
Mm.
Like when I said small, they have half a floor. Right now they have like 3 floors. So but this time they were only like half floors at that time. Somewhere around 30 employees, I think 30 to 50, I think. I can't remember. And I think they had somewhere around 4 designers, including me. So not only designers, which is like shocking to me. The work was fine. I enjoyed it and things like that. I learned a lot of new stuff. And it is at Pixiv where I made a lot of new friends, both with the foreigners and both with the Japanese. So one of our mutual friend is actually Peppy. So like one of my colleagues are actually friends with Peppy, and Peppy is always around. So that's where we started to hang out, and that's where I met Peppy for the first time. And uh you guys can imagine my reaction when I met Peppy for the first time. I was like, oh my god, you the one who created this game. I played your game when I was back in uni. My club members love your game and things like that, and I'm meeting like the man. And that's why I said like, oh my god, no, this game is mostly run single-handedly by this man. He created everything. He created the website. He created the community. He single-handedly do most of the coding for the game and things like that, and he's doing this full time. Originally he was doing this as a hobby, but now he's doing it as a full time. He's supported by his community member.
I
So
think
it's
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
So
amazing that he's actually residing in Japan, but not at his actual hometown.
yeah, because he was just like I was lucky because at the time he was just like touring around. He was just like, just like going around, coming to Japan like, to visit just for fun and things like that. And that's where I met him. And at the same time, he learned about the things that I do, and he saw some of the designs that I do. And he is like, "Hey, you know what? If you're free, design some stuff for me." Like, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, of course. I'll be ecstatic to design some stuff for us." So in the very beginning, I only work on like a few things. Like he said, "Hey, I have this World Cup thing coming up. Can you like design me some of the World Cup design?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. I'll design something." So I designed him. That is like the very first work I worked for us. I think it's the World Cup. And then after that, he told me to, "Hey, I have this other website. Which is Push. I'm not sure if you guys know what Push is. Push is like this image upload image sharing service where you can just screenshot everything on your screen and after that upload it. So that is actually my true first project with Peppy. So I redesigned everything. It was great. It was fun, but the thing is he didn't have the time to execute the design, uh, which is fine. And then after that, to cut story short, after that he just simply asked me, "Hey, why not you just work for me, for us? Let's redo everything. Let's redo the website. Let's redo the client. Let's just do everything." And I'm like, "Hey, that sounds like a good offer." And I took the offer and I left Pixiv, and ever since then I work for us full time. Basically, I think that's the story. I skim a lot. I skimmed a lot to keep to save time. But yeah, that's
No, we got
basically
we,
the
we,
gist
we
of
got
it.
we got
So
all the
yeah,
time in the world because it's gonna take about 2 hours for this. So yeah, so
yeah.
through all the explanations, through your journey, you started
Mm,
from university, then
mm,
worked in two companies in Malaysia, and
mm,
got the job in Japan, then worked at Pixiv, and
mm,
from there you met
mm.
Pepe, and
Happy,
from
yeah.
Pepe's offer, you start now working in
Yeah, start working on it
also.
and things like that.
Yeah, so that
Yeah,
also explains why also design has changed drastically.
yeah.
Sometime in the mid 2010s. So yeah, so
Yes,
we got Edo flight to over here to actually contribute towards Oso's
yeah,
major revamp.
yeah. A lot of people didn't know that us only had one designer. There's no one else to contribute. I mean, as a there's only one main designer, which is me, and then we still have like some contributions from others, like when it comes to illustration and things like that. I don't handle that. I only like deal with the artists. Sometimes it's from our competition, things like that, but most of the design it's like mostly me.
But yeah, most of the
Okay,
designs of Osus
yeah,
and all that.
you
So
yeah you
if I
mm,
recall correctly,
mm,
because Pepe utilizes most of the game mechanics and designs from Owendan and ADB agents. So in the past
mm,
we had those dots, and then there's a ball moving about in the game
yeah, yeah.
design. So would it to say that you were the one who actually revamped most of the UI itself on Osu?
It's a little bit complicated on that. Because the thing is, Ostable is still a thing right now. Because we have two ongoing projects right now. One is Ostable, the one that mostly everyone play, and then the current one is Ostlaser. Ostlaser is the completely brand new game. Brand new Os, which is coded all the way from scratch. So we revamp everything in the laser one. So when it comes to Ostable, I did some of the design refreshes, like the logo. I redid the logo. I did like the some of the buttons there, but a lot of the old assets are still there untouched because I felt like, and you know what, I'm just gonna work on the completely new site. So I'm not sure how many of the stable stuff is still designed by me. I don't remember most of the stable stuff anymore. So because it's like the old stuff. So yeah. So
Another thing
yeah.
I can ask is regarding the work in
Mm.
Japan. So when you got that offer through Skype,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you want can you share how the whole thing happened? Like okay, I gave my portfolio, and suddenly you got the Skype
Okay. Sure.
call.
Sure. 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 So because I'm in Malaysia and then they're in Japan at that time. So I had to take a day off just for the Skype call. Like for example, like they want the Skype call to be on like a Thursday evening, for example, and I can't take Skype call in the office, right? So like that would be kind of weird. So I have to tell my bosses like, I'm sorry, I have to take a day off at a certain day, and then like just turn on my Skype and then we do the interview. So I submitted the PDF version of my portfolio. So basically, both of us were like looking at things, and then they were like, okay, what is this? What is this? Oh, what was the design process at this and things like that. And then after that, they will ask questions about your like my fluency with a certain app. Like, okay, what app do you use? Do you use InDesign, Illustrator, Photoshop? can you code? Like how extensive is your code and things like that. And I just told them it's like I can code, but I do not want to code because
Mm.
that's just definitely not me. And I'm pretty sure if I code, my code is gonna be crap, and someone has to like rewrite it. So I'm just not confident at it anymore because I just simply say I want to design. I do not want them to accept me because I can code, things like that. So because I don't think I want to go through that, so I just tell them let's not go through that. I just want to design stuff. Although, like when I was Pixiv, I still have to code some stuff. Uh,
Ah.
it, it's okay. I'm already there, and I'm like, it's okay. It's fun stuff. It's all right. So and then there were four interviews. The first interview was just with the head of designer. They were
Mm.
really impressed. The things that they said, wow, that you can do DTP. We don't have a lot of people who do DTP here in Japan. And I'm like, what? That's kind of odd. I thought like Japan has a lot of people who can do DTP. Um, and then the second interview, it's with the HR, if I'm not mistaken, with the HR. So like they want to know my background. What do I do? Have I gone to jail before and things like that.
Yeah.
The kind of stuff. They
The
just want
weird
to
things.
check my psyche. Yeah, they just want to check my psyche. Like how do I do? What background education do I have? So that they can start to apply for the visa and the certificate of eligibility, so that they can get all the paperwork done. And then after that, if that pass, it goes to the chief operation officer. They want to know. And this is the first guy that I met who can speak English. His English is really good, and he's quite a fun guy. And this guy helped me out a lot in Japan, actually. So he talks to me as, oh my god, like, oh, you can do this, it's really fun, blah blah blah. I think we're gonna accept you immediately. We really like you, we'll take you. When can you come? And I'm like, is this a job offer? And he's like, yeah, we offering you job. When can you come? I'm like, I can come as soon as possible. And then jokingly they said, we want you to come tomorrow. And of course that's not possible. uh because like all the process is gonna take a month for the portfolio to come
The
in.
documents. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then I was supposed to have a fourth interview, but since the CEO was around, the CEO just jumped into the interview, and they were like, I want to see this guy. And he's like, okay, this guy is fine. Yeah, take him in. And after the interview ended, that's where reality sinked in, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm screwed. I got a job offer for this, and I have no idea whether I should really take it or not. So I had to discuss with a lot of people. First, I have to talk to my boss back in Malaysia, which I still love the job that I have back in Malaysia. It's really nice. I learned a lot from that company. And then like I have to talk to like my family, and I have to talk to the people in Comic Fiesta because I don't really have anyone to take over my job, take over, train anyone.
Oh man.
Um, yeah. So I had to talk to my mom, and I was afraid. What's my mom? Because my mom is alone all the way in Malacca, and there's no one to take care of her. My other sibling is my brother who works in KL. So I'm not sure how. So I talked to my mom, and the response was something that I didn't expect. My mom was extremely supportive of it. My mom was like, "Oh, if you don't take this job offer, I'm gonna murder you." So that kind of thing. I'm like, "Wow, all right, that is like very very supportive." So I was very lucky, and my mom provided me with the financial support. That my mom was like, it's okay, I can help you fork out with the amount of money and things like that. Which is I'm really 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 grateful for that. It's not much, but it was enough for me to survive in Japan for the first few months, because that is the painful part. The painful part to move to Japan is always the first few months, because
Yeah.
you have to look for a house, you have to pay for the house deposit and things like that. And also like at that time, Japanese currency is extremely strong. 100 yen at the time was four ringgit, like 4 ringgit 20 or something.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
420. It was really really expensive. So I went to Japan at the very wrong time. So I can survive for the first 3 months, and the first 6 months in Japan was like really painful for me. The first 6 months was was unbelievably crazy intense for me. I survived on cup noodles. I survived on beef bowls, the cheap beef bowls for 6 months. After 6 months, I got my first bonus. Everything was fine after that. So pro tip, for anyone who's coming to Japan, please survive for the first few months. So
Yeah.
make sure you have your financials taken care of before you coming over here. I think it's a lot easier now because Japanese currency isn't as strong as back then. So
Mm.
it was pretty okay, things like that. So yeah, basically that's my moving process and things like that. Unless you want me to go through the paperwork, which is I think kind of boring. There's nothing
Nah, let's
interesting
not
to
go
talk
there.
about. Yeah, it's
Let's
boring.
not
The
go there.
paperwork is boring. It's tedious. It's not fun. It's just not fun. So yeah.
Okay, so thanks for answering that. So
Mm.
in that case, moving on to the other parts of Osu. So
Mm-mm.
can you tell us what kind of designs have you came up with ever since Pepe brought you in?
You mean like what designs I worked on for CF?
Yeah.
I mean, so CF. I mean like OS. I work for both CF and things
I
like.
know, right? Yeah, yeah,
It's okay.
Fiesta
So
and
yeah,
also yeah.
yeah. So for OS, so far after more than 6 years working with OS, I dare say that I've worked everything. I worked on everything. I think a lot of this what a lot of people didn't realize is on how huge OS as a project is. This is something that I didn't even realize when I took the offer. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's just a game. It's just a website. You know how bad can it be? You know I can do this single handedly. And after a few months in, that's where I realized that I was in a deep trouble because. Whew, um the client itself has a huge aspect to it. There's a lot of things happening in the game client itself, and B, on the website itself, there's way too many things happening there. A lot. Okay, the impression that a lot of people get is that, okay, first there's the main website, and then after that you have the profile page for the players, and then after that, okay, you have the bitmap page for visiting the map, and then you have the forum and things like that. And then comes to the modding part and the rest of the community stuff, which is bonkers to me because that is insane and it's like a complete separate stuff. To put it in perspective, it's like trying to design the entirety of Google ecosystem with just one designer. So that's basically what I had to face. And that's the reason why the design the redesign thing takes a very long time. And that's the very reason why you see if you can notice the website go through a lot of the redesign process. We actually on the fourth one, and this fourth one is gonna be the super final one. No more changes after this. There's a meme in the OS community right now where we keep on changing design. Like Flyte always keep on redesigning things. No more. I'm not redesigning things anymore. Whatever we have right now is gonna be final for a long time before we redesign things again. So yeah. Maybe I can show some of the stuff that we do.
Hmm.
Should we show some of the stuff?
Yeah, let's see what you
Okay.
have.
All right. So if you're looking right now, this is the original website, the original player page that we have. I assume everyone's looking at the screen right now. All right.
Let's let
So is it? Yeah.
let me queue up the see the scene.
All right. Because I'm not sure. Right. I think they are looking at it right now. I think it is. All right. Cool. Cool.
Right?
Cool. 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 All right. So this is this is the original website. This is the one that designed by Pepe and things like that, and it's fine. It works fine. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people still like this design until now, and the next one is my very first work in OS. This is this is my very first take on redesigning the stuff. Material design was still new at the time, so I thought like, hey, this is a good concept, and I'm just gonna like take this in. So if you notice, this is the first one that we had. This is the first redesign. And also like we introduced the concept of covers and things like that because Facebook introduced that, and I thought like, hey, this is a really nice concept. So that we put this in so that people can like have more personality to their page and things like that. A lot of people didn't like this. A lot of people say that it was very hard to use. It's confusing. All there were a lot of complaints to it. It's all right. Okay, fine. And then I years later, I redesigned it again, and this is the one that currently we have. No, this is not the current one we have. This is the second latest version that we have. So like I made the cover bigger. I put everything. I pushed up everything a lot closer and stuff. Again, people didn't like this. People say it's messy and things like that. And
Communities.
yeah, and then this is the latest design that we have. This is the current design that we have. Uh so the thing is, every time we redesign the website, there's always people who like, hey, I like the previous version. And then like, I mean, people always like the previous version one. There's always people who would prefers the old version. There are always people who hate changes and things like that. So the latest one took me a lot of effort. This is we talk with the team. I get a lot of input from everyone. I try to get like a list of the things that people are complaining, like what they hate and what they like. So this is the combination of it. So like some people said, oh, the new design was like a little bit too long, it's too scrolly, we have to scroll a lot. So this is one of the methods that I solve. Like a lot of the things are condensed. There are a lot of things that I didn't show here. Actually, like some of the things can be collapsible and things like that. So this is the new one. So this is the old one, and this is like the new one. And when we made these changes, a lot of people still like the very very old one, and it's hard for me because the community has how do I say that, they have sentimental values. They really like the original old ones, and there's nothing much I can do to meet to
And it is understandable
resolve it.
because
Yeah,
also it's been around for so
yeah,
many years, and
yeah,
old players tend to prefer the legacy stuff.
yeah. And
But
also
it
it's
yeah.
yeah. And also it's pretty hard for me to get feedback because of the silent majority. The one who hate the designs are usually like a lot louder. They will say, oh no, I hate this design, the designer should die, stop designing,
Well, yeah.
stop changing things, it's typical things. And when it comes to that, I thought like, oh damn, people really hate this, so I'm trying to get feedback like why they hate this. But there are times where I met people. Whenever I met people always say, hey, I like I like the new design and things like that. So it's hard for me to judge. It's like, do actually people like it or not? Or I mean, do people like it or people don't like it? Because whenever we ask for feedbacks, the negative one is usually always louder than the one who actually likes it. So it's really hard for us to judge on that too. Um, so we decided to, you know what, let's just stick to this and just iron this out one by one. So that's what we do. Right now we are sticking to this design, and we're just get as much as feedback as we design stuff and do stuff. This is like the long version. There are a lot more stuff. Can can I show?
You
This is
can, you
not
can.
complete. This is just like just a draft. This is not the final website. It's just a draft. And then let's see the other. Ooh, how do I hold on? Okay, so this is the bitmap listing that we have in the original website. So bitmap listing is basically the page where you look for the bitmap info. You want to download, you want to check information and stuff. And this is the hardest one to design, because um the website, although it's dated, although it's very very dated by current design standard, but it's very very functional, and a lot of people really really like this design. So this is something that I have a hard time trying to outdo. Every time I design something, everyone was like, no, we still prefer the old one, because the old one, although it's ugly and stuff, it's functional, all the details is there. So yeah. And Oz, compared to a lot of other rhythm games, Oz players are very, very, how do I say, technical. They are very
Technical.
esports. Yeah, not
Eh?
difficult. They are very, very technical. As in, like, if you play like, let's say, like, what game do you want to play? Like, let's say you play like IDX, Bitmania, or you play
Mm,
like Taiko. The information that you usually need is like, hey, the difficulty, how many stars,
yeah.
okay, and then um like how many notes it has and things like that. But for us players, they want to know everything. They want to know everything. They want to know the circle size, they want to know the HP drain, they want to know the accuracy, they want to know the approach rate, the number of things to hit. They want to see the success rate, they want to see the failure points of failure graph, and all those stuff. It's insane stuff. And when you have a lot of information, it's really hard to cram into a really nice looking website. So that every time I simplify it, people always complain that, hey, that you're missing this certain point. So yeah, so that's the thing that I have to deal with. So this is the my take on the bitmap info page. I don't think this is implemented yet. I think this is gonna be implemented soon.
Ah,
Yeah. So basically, this is basically an explainer to everyone. So they say, hey, like, I listen to your feedback. I know you guys want like all the stuff. So I put it in. I Everything is there. So from this to this, so basically this is what I designed. So I took a lot of feedback from the community, and also from the team, and this is what I came up with. um so yeah, this
I
is
see.
basically, yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. And also, we try to combine the area where bitmap modding is where people collaboratively work on a single bitmap, because uh OS is always about the community, and everything that we have on OS is community submitted. All the bitmap, all the music, and all stuff is submitted by the community. So this is a platform where everyone, like, this is a page where everyone work on things together, like, hey, you should change this part, you should change that part, and things like that. So basically, it's like GitHub for
Rhythm games.
bitmap.
Yeah.
Yeah, mapping, something like that. So yeah, so there's a lot of functions that we have to put in, like, everyone can comment and things like that, and then you want to show the contributors to the mappers, and then want to show the rank status of the map, because all the maps in OS has to be approved by the community. Else, like, we're gonna have like way too many uh like maps with no quality. So we have quality control in OS, and it's all done by the community. So the community will approve it. So like, we have like status bar and things like that. What's the status, like the hype train, nomination status, qualified, and rank. If you play OS, probably you'll be familiar with this. Else, it's a bit hard for me to explain. Yeah. Let's see, what else do I have next in my list. Okay. Yeah. So basically, this is like the stuff that we have. So like, we have issues and things like that.
Mm,
This is all still work in progress. They're still figuring out on how to implement this and stuff. All right. So this is the bitmap listing. When you search for bitmap, this is what we have back then, and this is the redesigned one. It looks more modern and things like that. Um, I think this is or it's semi available right now. I can't remember. uh I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with this screen. This
ah,
is this is all stable. So this is old. This is very old. This is old,
Yes, I
but
recognize this.
this is what everyone still plays, and this is something that I've been reworking and things like that. I forgot to take a picture of the current laser dashboard. Um, because the laser dashboard looks very different. The new build looks very different. We have a linear bar, which it looks like Venus. I forgot to think about it. However,
It's okay.
I
You can promote it. You want to download laser for
yeah
those who are curious.
you guys can always go and download laser os laser. It's really nice, it's really fun, it's really fluid, it's very modern, it's just new, it's just butter, it's just really good. I really encourage everyone to try it. However, I do have a newer version, which is still under design proposal, and I'm trying to make it look like it's more on like a mobile game and things like that, which is this one. This is gonna be a redesign. Just ignore all the artwork used is all just a sample anyway. So we're gonna like redesign everything and make it like more stuff, so that if we have more things like that, make it like a little bit more modern, and also
Yeah.
like we want to integrate more stuff into the dashboard, so that if we have competition and things like that, we can like put there stuff. I hope I'm explaining this properly.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm really terrible at this. So
Man,
this, yeah, this is all drafts, by the way. This is all drafts, and the engineers are still working on this. They are still like slowly getting into this and stuff. But this is the direction that hopefully that we can go for, things like that. We want to make things like really fun and like cool.
there's a disclaimer that this is all drafts, so not
This
finalized
is
yet.
all drafts.
Yeah.
This is all drafts. And Pepe allowed me to show everything. He just told me, yeah, show everything. Just show everything.
Oh
Some,
goodness.
yes, some. Okay, so some of this stuff is actually I've done on on Twitch. Last month, I stream my work every day. Like I would just simply stream my work, so everyone can just see me do things on the fly. But I got really bored of that and things like that. Maybe I'll start streaming my work again, because I'm on like a creative block right now, like because of the
We
pandemic things like that. So like
yeah, we
the
get
stream would be boring. There's nothing much happening. So, and then this is the editor. This is something that they are currently working on right now. So
wow.
if you guys do like bitmap editing, so this is something that you guys will see soon. So this is like the storyboard editor. I really really want the storyboard editor to be like really cool, because storyboard is something that a lot of people ignore. So I want people to get back to storyboard again. So I make sure that storyboard is really fun. This is gonna be the new bitmap editor. Again, this is all design draft. The editor is something that the Peppy is actually working on right now, if I'm not mistaken. And then this is the more editor stuff. Just showing things. Okay, and then next is this is the game client proposal. Um, it's it's still in draft. We are still like pushing a lot new stuff to it, more fun stuff to it. If you guys are familiar with skinning is gonna be a lot crazier from now on. Currently in stable, when you say skinning, what you do is you just change the JPEG or the PNG of everything. But in the future, what we're gonna do is you can click every single element and you can drag them all around and create your own interface. You can resize, change it, you can spin things around and do crazier things with your interface, so everyone can
So
have a
wow.
mm, yeah.
So that means it's possible for all of us to redesign a
Yes.
user interface within
Yeah.
also in
Yeah.
accordance to how the bitmaps are done within the game.
You can do whatever you want. It's your own. So like
Wow.
we want everyone to just show off, hey, this is the interface that I make, and since I like this, I can share it with everyone, and you can easily share it with other people too. Uh, Still ongoing there. I don't want to say too much later. Like Peppy will
Mm.
kill me for like promising something. So again, this is just in the plan. We're not sure about that. We'll see. Doing my best. So this whatever you see, this is not even the final design. This is like something that we just wanted to show that, hey, this is something that everyone can get excited with, things like that, to show that, hey, we have a lot of cool things happening in us. And this is nothing. This is old stuff.
Old
So
stuff.
basically, that's all I wanted to show. Actually, I only
Lot,
prepared all
lot,
these
lot, lots
screenshots
of
yesterday night. Actually,
lots of exclusive stuff, and given the time and opportunity, maybe we might see these things in the future. Yeah,
yeah,
great.
probably. Okay. I have nothing else to show actually. So yeah, that's all
Yeah,
I guess.
so
Mm,
perhaps we can talk about the process of design itself. Since in the
okay.
in the early parts of the stream, sorry, I apologize for the network issues.
No,
So
no worries.
through the interest of design and however in the Malaysian academia, there were much availability of design. That's why you took diploma in IT. And so perhaps maybe you can tell us what is it that we need, that any students should have towards design, and what are the things
Mm,
that we can learn from your journey.
okay. That's very that's a good question actually. So I think, but okay, this is gonna sound very, very cliche. This is gonna sound like super cliche, but there's no way out it. You need to be very passionate if you when it comes to design, and there's a way to tell whether you're very, very passionate when it comes to design. One way to tell is like you have burning desire to redesign things, to make mock-up of everything. Like for example, you see like you see something and it's like, hey, I can design that better, and you will actually spend time to design things instead of like like being distracted and play some games and things like that. You actually have fun when you redesigning things. Like let's say like you don't like Windows interface and you decide I want to reimagine Windows kind of thing. So if you reach that level, then it means that yeah, you are very, very passionate when it comes to designing things. Even before like you start to like go to a design school or anything like that, you already have something going on. It's just that you just don't know which direction you should take when it comes to this. So yeah, if like for me, I had burning desires to design ever since like I left school. It's just that it was unfortunate that my SPM result weren't great, so like I couldn't enter a lot of the design school that I want to go to. So I have to like accept whatever I have and do design on the side and learn design on my side. Sometimes I just imagine like where I'll be if I actually ended up in actual design school. I have a feeling that things would be like a lot different. I would
Mm.
know things better and things like that. So yeah, like for example, like when I said like my colleagues back in William Harold Wong, they're all way younger than me, but they are way more skillful than me. They really skillful than me. When tasks were given to them, they know what to do. They know the procedure. They know what to look for and things like that. And as for me, when I was doing things, I'll just design accordingly to things to make things looks nice. That's what I do for the longest time. I just make things and then make sure that it looks really nice, and at the same time try to be functional. But when my boss came in, like when Mr. William came in, and then it's like, okay, you need to change this, change it, and then he explains to me and things like that, and I'm like, all right. And he told me, okay, this is basically the basic thing that every designer should do. And I'm like, yeah, so yeah, I got burned. I got judged hard and things like that because I didn't go to a design school and things like that. So
Understandable.
first, like have that burning desire. Make sure that you're really, really passionate when it comes to design things, because that's gonna help you a lot when it comes to designing things. And second important thing is that you need to understand that designing for yourself can be fun, but we can't say the same when you're designing for someone else. That's gonna be a different, because designing for clients, that's gonna be tough. You're gonna have a lot of
Yeah,
hard time.
clients.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of tough time. You're gonna have your own vision, but the client might have a completely different vision. Doesn't matter whether their vision is bad or not, but you have to listen to your client, and that's one of the tough things that you have to like deal with. So yeah, I'm not sure if I answered your question correctly.
Yeah, you did. You did. Correct.
But yeah, design is like, it's a tough thing. It's not something that I can like easily recommend people.
Yeah,
I
and
can
also,
only
yeah.
I can only recommend you if you're really passionate about it, and if you're really passionate about it, there's a lot of avenues for you to go to. For example, there's a lot of actually open source project out there who always need designers, and you can easily go to that project. It's like, hey, I can help you with design thing. Go for it. Just don't wait. Like for example, like the guy who designed OBS, like he just designed OBS for fun, and he's like,
He's
just
there right now.
yeah, he's there
But
right
then,
now.
yeah,
No, he's like things like there's a
that,
lot of projects
yeah.
like that who is like just things in the background. Like
Yeah,
I
through
think
all these
yeah.
design projects that you
Mm.
accumulate, it eventually becomes part of the portfolio, correct? So perhaps we
Yeah, yeah,
need,
yeah,
yeah, portfolio is the
yeah.
an important thing
Mm.
to as a designer too.
Mm. And also, a lot of people say, no, should you design for free? Should you not design for free? That's another whole can of worm. So that's like very hard
Yeah, because
to discuss to
I
talk.
think
So yeah.
recent years that people keep telling
Mm.
people of design for exposure, and design
Mm.
you don't have to pay for it. Like, whoa, hold on.
Mm.
Yeah, if you're doing something that they're good at, don't make it for free.
Don't yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. But it's also because like if you design things for free, you're gonna ruin the market for everyone. That's another problem when you design things for free. You're just gonna simply ruin the market for everyone, because of course, if people have the opportunity to get free design, they will go for free design, and a lot of people wouldn't understand good design, so they say, hey, it looks good, we'll take it. I mean, it looks nice,
Nah.
so like
So
they'll take
it
it.
comes to
So
the
yeah.
another thing of portfolio. So
Mm,
as a designer for of right now,
mm.
would it be would it still be a good idea to keep a physical portfolio, or do we keep things digital nowadays?
It's you can keep a physical or digital. Both is the same. It's the same. It depends on the things that you do, because like some of the design things that you do, it can be like in the physical stuff, like where you have like material that you work with and things like that. So it really depends on what you do. I mean, if you're a web designer, then of course you can't have a hard copy, right? It's not like you're gonna print
Mm.
the website. Yeah, this is my design. No, it doesn't work that way. So yeah.
All right, then
Mm,
perhaps we can come to a proper conclusion towards the all
yeah.
no, towards this session. So from
Yeah.
what we learned in from Osu, so Edo
Mm,
has a really colorful the journey from Malaysia, although rocky, then
colorful
went to
journey, I guess.
Japan,
Yeah. Mm.
and through your connections with Pixies and
Mm.
meeting people, and
Mm.
you got to meet Peppy, and here you are right now, they're helping
Yeah,
out designing.
I think one of the important things that I have to highlight too is like the importance of networking too. I think I forgot to mention that. You need
Networking.
to, yeah, that is like very very important. I know there's a lot of introverts out there. People say it's very hard and things like that, but I can't stress enough the importance of networking. I wouldn't be here if I don't know people. Like for example, even from the very first job, the one that I work for, the animations company. That is because like I know a friend who already worked in that company, and he put me in because he knows that I'm a good designer. So he put me in and things like that. And then in my second company, it's also because I know a friend who's already working there, and he put me in. And for Pixiv, it's also because I know someone's already there, and they put me in. So
Connections, yeah.
make connections. If there's a design meetup and things like that, go for it. Make get to know as many people as possible through a lot of there's a lot of industry events in Malaysia,
Level up, yeah.
like Level Up. I don't know the event in Malaysia anymore. Yeah, but Level Up is so
You're
important.
Japan, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
that would go for Comic Fiesta too, because Comic Fiesta
mm,
is like the otaku center of
yeah,
connections.
yeah,
If I
yeah,
want to, if I were to put.
yeah. It's very very important that for you to get to know a lot of people and with this. And then like again for my current one, I know Peppy because of mutual friends with the other foreigners in the company. They were friends and we hang out, and from there he saw my stuff and things like that. I consider Peppy as my friend actually. He's not really my boss, and that's how we consider our relationship because we're like
Hmm.
friends. He's not really my employee here. Like we work together and things like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So networking, make new friends, get to know people. You can even be my friend too if you want to. So like just message me anytime.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do. Yeah. So yeah.
So yes, so
Mm.
thank you so much for coming with to UOW's
Mm.
for this talk session. Especially
Oh yeah, yeah.
we get to learn not just about Flight, about his journey, and also more
Mm.
stuff from Osu. Now, I didn't
Oh
expect
yeah.
that. I was just saying, hey, maybe we can share
I
some designs, and whoa,
yeah.
more stuff that's in the drafts.
I hope I did a good job. I hope I did a good job because I'm
Hey,
not sure if
it's
I managed
amazing.
to
It's
answer
amazing.
everything.
And I
Yeah.
can't stress enough
Mm.
that also is like the largest
It's
community
yeah.
driven rhythm game,
Yeah.
and
It's
and
I
I
believe
find it
it's one
even
of the
more amazing.
largest, yeah, one of the largest community driven because us is very very community driven. Like even the contributor for the game itself, it's mostly people who are very passionate on the game itself. Like everyone in the office, like we have like six permanent staff in Japan, and the rest are all our contributors from all over the world, like Europe and things like that. By the way, the latest project of Os Laser is actually open source. So if you guys are interested to help out, you can go into it and check the code and improve the code. Make your own game mode. Oh yeah, that's another thing which is we are adding to, like, which is the reason why we make the we redesign everything is so that the community can do crazier things with it. They can make like crazier game modes to it, like if they want, if they saw like something fun, they have an idea, like a new game design, and they can just use our game engine and make their own mode, things like that. So it's good for design students, I guess. If you guys are interested, just check it out if you have a design music game design idea, things like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it also can be helped that the one thing about Osu is that we must not forget that Osu was inspired by Owen Dunn, and it is
Mm.
no what's even more surprising is that that the developer of Owen Dunn Inis Corporation actually gave your blessings to Osu. From what
it,
if I read an article back then.
it's not really a blessing. It's more like the creator gives a thumbs up. It's like, oh yeah, the OS community is crazy shit. It's like awesome stuff. Like yeah, like we really love those guys, and like they created something and things like that. So like we were really like kind of honored, like to see like he did, like we got a thumbs up from them. That's like pretty good. I feel good for it. It's like, yeah, it's good for my boss because like he worked hard on this, and I think he deserves all the credits for that. So yeah,
Yeah, how many
yeah,
years? The 13,
decent
14
design at least.
years
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
development. Yeah, the got
yeah,
really
yeah.
got handed to Pepe to keep the game strong. Because
Mm.
yeah, the Owen Dunn ended at
Yeah,
2007, and there was no
yeah,
updates ever since. And so that
yeah,
led to also
yeah,
continuing the spirit.
yeah. And also like with all the people that I work with, I think Pepe is the most laser focused person I ever met.
Laser
He's
focus.
he's insane. He's crazy. He's like the craziest. He's a workaholic. He's super laser focused. He just enjoys working. And that is the passion he has into the game.
Ah,
So yeah, he is super super passionate about making the game. He's crazy about developing the game. So I think I hope everyone have a little bit of his passion, when it comes to game design. So yeah, it's crazy. He's
Mm.
very laser focused. So yeah.
All right. So
Mm.
before we go to the Q&A sessions,
Oh, all right. Yeah.
for the this today and Friday session is actually has TAC points. For those who are watching this stream, you don't forget to take some screenshots and put it into your TAC document folders, and now we will provide you the TAC link and to actually earn your points. So yeah, just the for those uninitiated, TAC points is the new term for CAC points in our universe. Yeah,
What's TAC points? I don't know.
yeah. Originally it's called CAC points, but now it's called TAC points.
I still have no idea what's that.
It's a university thing for diploma stuff, and like I'm pretty sure you remember back in the old days where you need to join
Mm.
events and to earn your
Oh,
points.
all right, all
Yeah,
right. Okay,
that
okay, okay,
point.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay. In MMU we call it SAPS points. Okay, got it. I think it's
yeah,
the same thing. Okay,
it's
SAPS
the
points. Okay.
same thing. But
All
this is
right,
for
all right.
diploma students. So yeah,
Yeah,
we call
yeah,
it
yeah.
TAC points.
Thank you for coming. Enjoy your TAC points. Woo.
All right, so let's go on to the Q&A session. So
Mm.
now, let's hear that from the audience. What can we get?
Yeah. Anything. Hopefully on the design stuff or like my stuff. Hopefully not the game mechanic stuff or the engineering side of us, because I can't answer that.
Yeah,
All
in
right.
addition to TC points, this is also a student admission council event, and
All right.
it's helped out by the student admission council. That's why we're getting these TC points.
Mm, mm.
All right,
Okay.
let's hear it out. Question time.
All right. So yeah. Oh, I'm so
Let's
thirsty right
hear it
now.
from the audience. Can be anyone.
So yeah. I think they can ask me about CF things. So if you want, I'm okay with anything actually. Where are the questions coming from actually? Is there like a text channel?
We're getting we're getting it mostly from the YouTube videos. So okay, we
Oh, all
got
right.
one.
Oh, I forgot it's on YouTube. Hi YouTube. I
Okay, we got one.
I thought it's
Who?
only on Discord.
Yeah, no, no, not
Yeah.
Discord. So yeah, who made combo burst.png?
Combo
Is
person
that?
definitely not me. Wait. Okay, hold on. For laser or for stable? That's the thing. If it's stable, then it's not me. Definitely not me. I think. But it's for laser. It's high chances it's me.
High chance is you, the combo
Yeah,
burst.
for laser, yeah, combo burst, because I'm not sure. So when it comes to skinning, for the stable, I did not do much and things like that. So because if I want to do skin designs for stable, I have to do something like completely different. I can't do some things like, just basically skinning, because that's what the entirety of the community does. So I when I design stuff, I decided to, hey, I'm gonna take it to a different level. I'm gonna do some stuff, and Peppy would support me. Is like, hey, like I'm gonna change some of the code to make sure the code works, the stuff works. The last time I did that, I got a massive backlash for it. Everyone hated
Oh
it.
man.
It was for one of the World Cups. I think it was back in 2017 or 2016, where everything was white. And the design was black and white. It was simple because it was kind of like based on a Monster Cat design, and everyone hated it. Everyone was making memes that their screen monitor was exploding and shit, because it was bright. It was super bright, and immediately, like, they changed it, because a lot we received a lot of people who didn't like it, but
Ah.
apparently some people actually like it, and like I said, the ones who hate it are always louder, so it's very, very hard for me to gauge whether people actually like it or not. So
Yeah, it's hard. Because
it's
design is some.
really hard.
I mean, as much as you want to say it, design is a little bit
Yeah,
subjective, and
yeah,
you think it's hard.
yeah,
Something it's not. Yeah.
yeah, and also because Oz is a very pro game, so sometimes when it comes to pro things, they want everything to be as simple as possible. They do not want to be very fancy, but at the same time, I have to care about the casual players, because casual wants to be everything be fancy, very flashy, and things like that. So I have to
Ah,
like kind of
a
like
balance.
balance. It's like really hard and things like that. Back to the combo burst. I have no idea which one. I designed way too many things. I don't remember. I'm really sorry about
Right.
that.
Can- That's good.
Yeah.
That's good to another question. So, I think every designer and every artist,
Mm.
and even authors, they have this creators block. So,
Mm.
when it comes to creators blocks, is there anything you would remedy it?
What I do?
Yeah.
Uh, Pre-pandemic or current pandemic?
Whoa, whoa. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Let's go with both.
because okay, like pre-pandemic, you can go outside. Because going outside, it's really really helpful, because sometimes when I work in the office, I always like go outside of the office sometimes, and then get some fresh air, and then you think of stuff. You do like a little bit of rubber ducking when it comes to your own design, and and like you can't do that in a pandemic, so like you have to figure other ways to do it. But the best way for me, I think, is to go on YouTube and look at how other games did it, because there's a lot of uh very game design videos out there that talks about why they do this and why they do that, and the reason behind they do that. Like for example, there was this one video where I'm pretty sure everyone plays the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy 14. Everyone heard of that?
Yeah, yeah. Good.
So like there's a design video on how they talk about how they redesign the entire UI, from the choice of the font, from the size, for everything. So they explain everything, and I learned a lot from that video. And there's a lot of videos who actually they explain the choice of UI, why they do that and things like that. On the design language, they do that. So like YouTube, it's a good source of to get out from a creative block. Just do it. Um, as for Oz, since it's a rhythm game, I'm not gonna lie, I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of other games, a lot of rhythm games, because that's what a lot of people play. Because a lot of people play a lot of people who play OS, they play a lot of other rhythm games. So I draw a lot of inspiration from other games. Although sometimes it doesn't really work that way, because other games have different design philosophy, and OS has a completely different design philosophy. For example, OS is very information dense compared to other game. Other game, like I
Information
said,
dense.
yeah, because like I said earlier, like other games, when it comes to, let's say, difficulty select, it's like, okay, this is hard, this is medium, this is 2 star, 3 star, 4 star. You get the gist of it. But when it comes to
Yeah.
us, you want to know everything. You want to know everything. Okay, how do I say this? Normal game, few stars. You want to know the name of the song. You want to know the artist of the song.
Yeah.
All right. Us, you want to know the artist, you want to know the name of the song, you want to know the genre, you want to know where the song is from. Let's say it's from an anime. You want to know who created the map. You you want to know like when it was made. You want to know when the game was ranked, and you want to know how many people play the game. You want to know like how people rated it. You want to know everything. So yeah, good luck trying to cram that into a small space. So
That's very
gaming.
I think that's even more informative than Beatmania or Tunisium.
Yeah,
If I want to compare.
yeah, and that's what make, like I said, that's what make us different, because we are very information dense, and these are information that really relevant to people. It's not like it's a fluff. It's very relevant to people, because
That would be
in a, yeah, as a as a community centric game, is very important. Like you need to know who mapped this, because you know, like some people are really good at the game, some people are really good at mapping the game. So like everyone have their own reputation in OS. It's like,
But then
yeah.
if I wanted to go to make it in too information dense, wouldn't it scare the new players or even casuals?
That's the that's the challenge that I have to face. So I have to make sure that when you look at the page, it looks neat.
Hmm.
Because if it looks neat, no matter how dense the information is, it still be fine. so there's an information hierarchy that I have to list. Like the one that is like matters to the casuals, and then as you go lower and lower, it's more and more
Ah.
advanced and things like that. So that's yeah. So that's the thing that I had to like deal with. Hopefully, I think I'm still in a learning process. I'm not an expert myself. Um, I'm learning in the process and things like
So,
that. So
so that explains how when you want to design the UI, you have to cater to the casuals first, then followed by the
yeah,
experts in terms of information sharing of the
yeah.
particular songs.
Yeah, one of my major goals when it comes to us is that I want to make sure that the newcomers feel really really comfortable with the game, because currently it's still very hard when it comes to like our like installing the game and things like that. So like it like a little bit jarring some people. So my goal is still try to make everything as smooth as possible from a perspective of like a new user. Like for example, if I want to let my mom play the game, I want to make sure that my mom can get through all the process easily, kind of thing. So yeah,
Understandable.
and which is still a tough one to do. So, but I am determined to make sure that that happens. So yeah, and
All
make it
right,
like super
let's go
smooth.
to the next question.
Right? Yeah.
Let's see, is there any plans to add a navigation feature like Groove Coaster?
Navigation feature, as in what do you mean navigation? As in.
Yeah, this is one question towards and it's more in the game client where
Mm-hmm.
can maybe make it more easier to navigate within the song selections and all that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's definitely happening. I did show the screen. I think we have a new song select screen, which is different. We have a different filter. And me like there's a discussion with the office. Like we were trying to like make sure that the navigation is like more smooth. Um, like the
I think
multiplayer is
rhythm
also one of
games,
the
yeah,
yeah.
rhythm games have this issue regarding towards
Mm,
having too many songs, and if it breaks up to 200, it's going to make things harder to navigate which songs that they want,
yeah.
and it introduces
Mm,
filter systems. So
yeah.
that's what I've been noticing when it comes to the rhythm games, that massively adds things. And also it's no different, because also you have a lot of beat maps, and to
We
filter
have a
out
lot
all
of
these,
immense.
yeah.
It's normal for people to have thousands of songs in it, and then like some songs or like one song can have like multiple beatmaps made by different creators. So like people wanna be able to filter that nicely and things like that. So still working on that. Still trying to improve everything. Like yeah, we will like we are always trying to improve everything we can. So yeah, that's for sure. So yeah. But I'm not sure if I really answered that because I'm not really sure
Oh no,
if
okay. To
that's what
get,
he
get- to
meant.
get the clarification, apparently, like a mascot a mascot navigator in also.
Oh, you mean like a mascot to move around? Oh man, if I can get like a artist who's willing to work on that, that would be really awesome. So
Oh,
yeah, so
is that like an invitation towards
oh
that?
yeah, we are always interested to work with artists because right now like a lot of the mascot that you see is mostly like contributed by users,
Hmm.
by the players and things like that. Like when we redesign the mascot and things like that, we work with the community. We had a contest, and then like when the winner wins, we choose the winner, and then we work with the winner, and then we flash out things like that. So we always like
Oh,
interested to work with the community. So yeah, if anyone is interested to work on some stuff, uh, just contact me and let's see what we can do. I said we are super chill. It's a very community centric stuff. If you have something to contribute, you can always contact us. So yeah, that's how we roll. That's how boss rolls. It's super chill. Yeah.
all right. So then I got a few more questions.
You can ask me as many as you want.
Yeah,
We
let's
have time.
go.
We have
So
we have time. We
is
have time. Let's go. Let's
so for
go.
Osu, the Osu website, is there a
Mm.
general theme
Mm.
that development team wish to have, something that's general for the generic user, other than the crazy stuff that we're going to see in the future?
Team.
Hmm.
As in a different design team or like
Like
the
like like like
design
like like
language.
like a general theme. Like, I when I go to the Osu website, oh, this is how it looks like, and then when they create their account, they can choose however they like. over the website. That is like how people tend to stick to the legacy website design or this or
Oh, I see.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So back then, during the phase two and phase three, people can switch back and forth,
Mm.
between the old one and new one. But right now, I don't think they are able to do it anymore because we just want to move forward now. We do not want to like have like a legacy support because like it's really hard for us to add more things. uh if I'm not mistaken, I don't know, this is from the engineering aspect. I think I don't want to, I don't
Uh,
want to say things later that my team will murder me for things. But yeah, teams like basically we have a design language. I created like a design team, and everything is gonna follow from there. If the team wanna add a button, they know what to do. It's like they don't really have to ask me where to put the buttons and things like that. Because everything is mostly there, and they can always check, making sure like all the design is consistent. Because like we have a lot of pages design already. I think I'm not sure. Is that what the question is? I'm
yeah,
not really sure what the question was.
yeah, the question was more towards where and then the
Mm,
how in comparison to what we see right now, the materialistic design of Osu, then
mm.
perhaps would that be the final design, or is
Yes,
there going to
yes,
be
yes,
a
yes.
more
Okay.
different team?
All right, no. Okay. So my job currently is to blend, I mean, to bridge the design for website design and the client design for laser. So whatever you see
Mm.
on the website is gonna be the same in laser, and whatever you see in laser is gonna be the same on the website. We want to make sure everything is consistent. It's the same. So if you check laser right now, there's a lot of the website element you can access from the game client itself. You do not have to go to the
Wow.
website to check things. Like the news, you can check news from laser. You can check the wiki from laser. Bitmap packs, I'm not sure. Bitmap, you can check inside laser itself. Like there's a lot of things you can do inside laser without going to the website. So yeah, the current goal is like, I think the current goal is to make sure that the website is as accessible as much as possible inside the game client itself, because the design is the same. So it's easy for them to to migrate everything into the game, things like that. They can just edit.
Ah.
So yeah, so hopefully this is gonna be the final design in a long term, because I'm so sick of redesigning things. I just want to move on. There's just so many things I want to do, but I keep redesigning the same thing over and over again. So I hope that this is it. And also like Peppy told me, do not redesign things. Just don't redesign things. No more,
Ah.
no more. And I'm like, yes, I agree. No more, please. I don't want to redesign things, because I am really happy with the design right now. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But what we have is very easy to iron out. We can really easily move things around. The design language is almost complete. Like that you can see, like a lot of the screenshot that I showed you earlier. It's the design is all consistent, and yeah, and
Okay.
that is like quite a hard thing to do. Single man works. So yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
more questions here. So
Mm.
yeah, this seems like someone's asking, is the also development team open for hire?
That's a little bit complicated. Okay. When we say hire, we are always we are always looking for contributors. When I say contributors, as in like you go to our website.
Mm.
I mean, you go to the GitHub. We has multiple projects that are happening and things like that, and you can always contribute to our development. If you're really good at I think most of the game is written in C sharp. You can you can look into it. If you want to improve a certain aspect of the game, or you want to implement something, let's say that I design something and like we don't have enough people to work on it, you can always go to my design and implement it in game. You can do that, and just submit your code, and you can get paid based on your submissions. If the code is like it's merged with the code base, then you can get paid for it. So that's how we've been doing so far. We have a lot of contributors, and the contributors are getting paid for every submission that is accepted. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not
So
mistaken.
but that is
Yeah.
the aspect
Yeah.
of community based, because
Yeah. The community
if it
base and things
works,
like that.
if it works and everyone
Mm.
loves it, then it's gonna be merged in.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot of things that people suggested. Hey, I'm making this easier. Like for example, the latest one, someone suggested, hey, uh, like I want to make a button where people can just simply report on a bitmap. Let's say that the bitmap violate the certain things or something like that. I just want to create a button. Things like so they created a button, and then they just submit it to us, and then like Peppy will highlight me and say, hey, look at this design. Is the design okay? I'm like, yeah, okay, it looks fine. And then they will merge it, and then you can get like payment for it, something like that. I don't know how much is it, but yeah. Yeah,
Let's not go there.
yeah. But in terms of permanent employment, no, because Pepe insisting on like keeping the team very small. So currently in Japan we only have I think like 6 people. The team is very small because like we are very focused on the community centric things. So yeah, and although like everyone is working from home now, so it's like I felt like I'm one of those contributor now from all over the world. I guess although that I have to clock in like 8 hours a day for the work.
But full
So
times,
yeah,
so
full time
even
of
as
course.
a
Yeah, full time employee. I don't think so. From what I checked, because I know because I've been asking for a helper for the longest time as I need another designer to help me out, but Pepe is like, no, you're doing fine, you're doing good. I'm like, okay, I tried. I can understand. Because it's really hard to manage a huge group too, because
yes.
we don't have HR and things like that, and he has to deal everyone himself. So it's the more he hires, it's gonna give a strain to him. So
Mm.
it's not a good thing because like we want him to focus on the game more than us. So
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah.
All
So
right.
I
That's
don't
good.
think so.
Yeah.
I hope I
Okay.
answered that. So
Yeah. Well,
contributor on GitHub,
by all
more than
means.
welcome.
Yeah.
By all means, go check it out and stuff. It's all there. So
Okay,
yeah.
let's go on to the next one. So I think also it's not just inspired by Oendan, but if I remember correctly, it had features like Taiko and a few
Mm-hmm.
other
Mm.
systems. So I think not recently, a few years back, a popular game called Mai Mai was around.
Mm.
People were playing that, despite the memes of it being a washing machine with a camera that links to
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
Nico
yeah, yeah.
video. So we also decides to implement the same game mechanics as Mai Mai.
That wasn't us. Like I said, okay, okay. So officially, we only have 4 supernovas. Which is the Os standard, and then
Yep.
we have Os Taiko.
Right.
Ostaiko is the second one we have, and then after that we have Oscatch, which is the catch thing, and then the fourth one is Mania and things like that. So I think if I'm not mistaken, all of this originally was like user contributed, and then it was merged into the game. Except for Taiko, I think
Oh.
Taiko was me internally. I think I'm not sure. The rest of the mode, all the crazy stuff that you say, it's all made by the community themselves. All of it is made by the community. It's not us. We didn't do it. Like so
So
you see
so
like my
so
my my
event,
spot,
yeah.
yeah, like groove coaster style, Ubeat style and all stuff. It's not by us. It's a community. It's all made by the community themselves.
So
We don't
eventually,
do that.
no, if someone were to make a Tunism or my related gameplay, it might be uploaded within the also community team.
We let's say that is not us.
Yeah.
I mean the community if they do that, like it's just there and things like that. What we encourage is it's not to have like a copy of other games if possible, because that's not really fun. If I'm not mistaken, Pepe wants people to create a completely new fresh game design instead of like, hey, I like that game, I'm just gonna do like an exact copy of
Understandable.
it. Yeah, because like that's not really cool. Make a like if you have like a really really cool game mode that no one have come out with, that is like highly encouraged. Yeah. So yeah, that's like I think that's what we would like to see. So yeah.
Right. Then let's go on from a designer's perspective. So
Mm-mm.
if anyone wants to start as a designer, starting as a student, but perhaps is there any resources that you can recommend to start out, like
Oh,
softwares or stuff you can refer to as a designer?
now I dare say everyone is extremely lucky that we have YouTube right now.
Oh
Because
yeah.
there's way too many free design sources out there, and I don't even need to like list out anything. You can easily Google it, and there's a lot of free information out there. You don't even have to join like like Skillshare or like what masterclass and things like that. Th- There's too many. There's a lot. There's a lot of like YouTuber out there who focuses on design and UI, and they are very very good. It's like like there's a lot of photography channels like Peter McKinnon who like always talk about photography and stuff. Like Marquez who talks about tech and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff who talks about design out there, and you should check it out. There's a lot. I can't name one.
How about hands-on like materials and crafting?
And so on crafting, I think there's a lot of too like that too, like paper materials and things like that,
Ah,
like craft design. There's a lot of it that you can find online.
mm,
Like I said, internet is super accessible right now. That a lot of designers can self learn a lot of new stuff from there. And now it's like it's 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 super accessible right now compared to back then, because back then I still remember I have to buy like very expensive books,
yeah.
and then they talk about like Swiss design, European design, and then it comes to like Eastern design, and they'll be like this thick, and it's all like pictures and pictures, and then you have to read. You have back in William Harold Wong, we have like a huge library, and then we can borrow, and then like, we can bring it back home and study and things like that.
Oh,
Now I don't, yeah, now I don't really have to do that. Right now it's like there's a lot of things online you can read up. Of course, you need to
the
differentiate
where. Yeah.
the beware of the bad design ideas too. Like sometimes things can be really bad. Like for example, I dare say like dribble sometimes is a bad idea.
Oh.
Because for those who don't know what the dribble is like a website where people do like redesign of a website. It's like, oh, I can do a better design for the app and things like that. Yeah, most of it looks better, but function wise it's bad, because when it comes to all the app design stuff, there's a lot of design process into it. Not just in terms of the app, but in terms of how the branding works. There's because like all the apps, they have to adhere to a certain brand. When I say to brand, it's not just a design. Talking about the the language they use, the style, the vibe that it gives, and things like that. So yeah, it needs to be consistent. So yeah, so sometimes dribble, they just like a lot of the mock-ups there, it just looks good, but function wise it's not there. So yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
So
So yeah,
having an archive of design is good, particularly the ones that has been in the
yeah,
books for a long
yeah.
time. Yeah.
You have to look like you have to differentiate between good and bad design. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. But yeah, there's a lot of, like I said, if you're interested in design, look no further than simple Google. You can Google a really really good design pro tips, and it Medium actually has a lot of it, but I think Medium is blocked in Malaysia. Is Medium blocked in Malaysia?
Not
Because
sure though.
I think
Medium.
medium.com. I'm not sure.
I don't
Okay,
think
we can
so.
Oh,
find out,
Medium is
but yeah.
accessible. Okay, Medium is accessible. Okay, so yeah, in Medium, yeah, Medium, because I think Medium was blocked in Malaysia because of some political article, and then
Ouch.
Malaysia just simply blocked everything. I think at one point, because I remember like a lot of my designer friends was
Yo,
like
man.
make a fit about it. Yeah. So yeah, in there's a lot of design stuff, especially on UI. In Medium, Medium has a lot of UI discussions on that. So like it's really good. The Onion is blocked. Oh, I see. Oh,
Yeah, it
so
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Any thoughts like on the recent Microsoft design? I'm pretty sure everyone saw that on Windows 11. Oh god.
Okay, I think uh, OS design has always been a miss for me for a lot of companies. Um, Especially on Windows and okay, I'm not a Apple fanboy. I have to be clear on this. I'm not an Apple fanboy. But in terms of usability, I think macOS is all the way up there when it comes to design. It's very consistent. It's something that I can throw to my mom, and my mom will be able to use it. When it comes to Windows, oh my god, it's a nightmare. Um, let's not even talk about a lot of the desktop environments in Linux. No matter how hard they try, there's always a nightmare. I tried a lot of Linux environments. I tried KDE. I tried GNOME. I tried Cinnamon. I tried Mate. I tried a lot of it. A lot of people claim that we solved this, guys. We solved this. We made it easy and things like that. I'm like, and I tried it. No, there's a lot of things like things like that. But yeah, so Windows, I
Uh,
I really don't know what they're going for the 11. I saw the leaks. I don't see the point of putting the
the stuff in the
taskbar to the
middle, I know, right?
middle. I don't understand why they want to do that. And I don't understand why a start button and the search button is separate. I really don't understand sometimes. Like I really
Leaks be
I
leaks.
I honestly believe like the original start button, like ever since we have in 7 was perfect. That was good. I press the search button and then I get everything I want. I just type everything I want and it brings me there. I think that's fine. I do not need anything more fancy than that. So I don't know. They had a good idea going on with Metro. It's just that
Oh, Metro,
yeah,
man.
it's just that it was half baked. They did not see too far about it. It was too rushed. It had potential, but it didn't go far. So
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I think like Apple right now, when in terms of not just design, in terms of usability, I think they're the king right now. They know what they're doing. Also because they have the money to make sure everything works. Like for example, the
Yeah.
latest one, if you have an iPad, you can just simply drag one window to your iPad and things like that. Everything works together. They're the only ones who has the money to pull that off. Like no other companies can do it. So yeah. Microsoft, I think they just need to redesign everything because right they still have some Windows 3.1 stuff happening in the background. Like the control panel, for example, is still a nightmare. I have
Yeah,
no
it
idea
is.
what's going on in Windows. I just don't know. I'm a Windows user. That's my primary. I use Windows as my daily driver, and sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like, what's happening here?
All
I
right,
don't
that's
blame
good.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, can't be blamed. Okay, let's go to the next question. So this is interesting though. Will Os Laser have a tournament client?
Mm. Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. The tournament is all gonna be in laser in the future.
Whoa,
Mm.
you heard it right from the guy. The guys, Os Laser is
Not
gonna
just
become
me.
client.
You can hear it from Peppy. Peppy has been saying this so multiple times. It's like everything is gonna be done in laser. We're gonna run everything in laser. We're gonna make laser do as many things as possible, kind of thing. I think as soon as the next World Cup series, I think I'm not sure how fast we can do it. Don't quote me on this, but I'd say like it's gonna be in laser soon. I think. So yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the someone has already broke the dam and said, non-also related question. How in the world did Comic Fiesta got into your life? Eventually, people
Oh,
find out.
how did confess? Oh my god, that's a long story. Okay, again, it's MMU in 2000. I mean, MMU in the early 2000 has a very strong club culture. So we
Yeah.
had this anime club, the oldest anime club in the country actually. So I had a senior who told me about, oh, hey, like there's this event in KL called Comic Fiesta. You want to join me and follow me? I'm like, all right, okay, I'll just join her, and I don't even know what's in it. And then she said, oh, there's cosplay, there's like doujin and
Comics,
stuff. And I'm
yeah.
like, wow, Malaysia, there's people doing like fan made stuff and sell it. There's a thing. So this was to the 2004, and then it was in Balai Seling, Lukis Negara, and it was free. I went there and my mind was blown. I'm like, oh my god, there's people like me. There's these weeps like me. Oh, we don't use weeps but then. Otakus like me. People who's obsessed with this Japanese medium like me. So I was like really, really into this. I'm like, god damn, I need to be part of this. I need to be one of these people and things like that. So since I was an IT student and I do websites, I check their website and I'm like, I can do better than this. I can design a
Oh,
website
here
better
we
than
go.
this. So I emailed the president and said, hey, like I'd like to like offer I would like to volunteer to make a better website for you guys. And like the president at that time, she just immediately, hey, yeah, sure. And she pulled me in, and that's how I got involved in Comic Festa. So ever since 2005, I've been with web dev for Comic Festa ever since then. Web dev consists of a lot of things. We handle the website, we handle the forum. Nowadays, we just maintain the website on the back end stuff and our Discord server right now. So that's what we mostly do right now.
Yeah, shameless plug. I think the Comic Fiesta Discord server is pretty much one of the biggest in Malaysia for in terms of hobbies.
I really don't know because I think we only have like 6,000 almost 7,000 members in our server, but I think they are hidden Malaysian servers that is like have like 10,000 or 12,000 members. I don't know. I'm not sure, but yeah, we have like 7,000 members in there, so it's a pretty strong Discord server. It's a pretty strong community there because it's a pandemic and we want to make sure that everyone still have fun and stuff. So that's one of the web devs too. But yeah, to go back to the question on how I get into CF, that's how I go into CF. Originally, I just handle web dev, and then after that, Ken here and Ken and friends here put me into stage stuff. So I started handle stage, and eventually I became an event director at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so event director was my last post in CF before I came to Japan. So like I said, like there was like a huge jump. So I don't have anyone else. So that year I had to handle stage too. So I had to pass the stage to someone else. So ever since then, I'm still handling stage until today. So in CF, I go back to Malaysia every year. At December, I catch up with my team. Okay, what do we have and things like that. So we run the event, we execute the event, and after that I fly back to Japan like 2 days later. Oh, side note here. We have we have a talk later on stage operations in CF server later tonight at 9 p.m. If you guys are interested, you guys can always jump in.
Yep, by all means. So you
Shameless
it's like some collab promotion going on here.
yeah. So yeah. Oh, it's gonna be a busy day for me. Oh yeah, I hope that answers the question about Comic Festa. If you guys have any more question about Comic Festa, just feel free to ask me on Discord or on Twitter and things like that.
Okay, let's go on with the final question for today. And
that's
this
fast.
is kind of it's already 3:40. So that let's
Didn't
go on
notice
with
that, yeah.
the as per tradition in UW games. What games do you play recently?
The highly critically acclaimed MMORPG by Square Enix.
You had to go there.
FF14 that comes with a free trial with unlimited time. But jokes aside, that is the game that I'm playing mostly right now. And other than that is Genshin Impact. Oh my god, I spent so much money on Genshin Impact. All those money that I sent to China. Woo.
Whoa.
But yeah, Genshin Impact. I've been playing Genshin Impact a lot. I think I spent more than 1,000 ringgit, I think.
Yeah, you don't have to share that.
No, just to show how obsessed I am with Genshin Impact right now. Because Genshin Impact is because I like Breath of the Wild a lot, and I like Honkai Impact. But so and Honkai Impact and Breath of the Wild is something that I wish it merges, and I'm like, oh, Genshin Impact is a perfect game for me. So yeah. So yeah, that's why I play a lot of Genshin Impact. Other than that, I play a lot of action RPGs like Ys 8, Ys 9.
Oh, Yi series.
Yeah, I love Yi series. That's really nice. Other games I like FPS. But I don't play a lot of the competitive FPSs because when it comes to PvP I just like terrible at it. When it comes to FPS I play mostly PvE, like 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 Left 4 Dead and things like that, traditional things. I like Titanfall though. That's my jam.
Oh, Titanfall. Oh man.
Yeah, Titanfall. I love Titanfall. What other games do I play? Recently I've been dabbing into VR. I got a Oculus Quest recently, and I've been playing a
Wow.
lot of Beat Saber. I love Beat Saber. Holy crap, Beat Saber is my jam.
No,
Yeah.
any implementation for Ostu later.
Nah, there's no way unless like Oz goes VR, then probably someone will make like
Well,
things like that.
community driven, so someone's gonna make the VR version of Ostu. Imagine yourself like
So
streaming your fingers around the thing. That's insane when you think about it.
I don't know, probably. What else? What other games do I play lately? I can't think of other games. A lot of people have been telling me about PSO, but I'm never a PSO
Fantasy
fan.
Star.
It looks good, but I stopped at the 80 like 100 gigs of files to download. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna like download that much just to test it out.
Well, you are a
Hmm.
part of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The other than that, other games that I look forward to is Tales of Arise and
Oh,
Blue Protocol. I'm psyched for Blue Protocol.
Blue
Yeah,
Protocol. And
yeah,
not much news from that. I can't think of it.
yeah. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, I play a lot of Japanese games. I think. I
Japan.
play yeah I play Monster Hunter. That's again Monster Hunter Rise. I played and can't think of other games that I play.
Not
Yeah.
just the recent one. So Genshin Impact and critically acclaimed Final Fantasy
Yeah, yeah,
14.
yeah, yeah, yeah. FF14 and Genshin Impact. That is the two games that I play daily right now. Although like in FF, I just simply log in and I don't really play. I just hang out with my mates. And Genshin Impact is the one that I farm every day. So yeah. So is everything okay?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
said they
yeah.
said
The
that your feed is
seems
frozen.
feels weird, but yeah, for some reason,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah, the audio side is kind of weird. So yeah.
All right, all right. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, so that concludes today and
Hmm.
Friday with Adult Flight the design
Thank you.
journey.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. And again, for those who are taking TC points for their for this session, don't forget to take screenshots
Mm,
and fill out the form. And
yeah.
this is sponsored, not sponsored, supported by the Student Mission Council and
Thank you.
UOW
Thank you.
Malaysia. So yeah, the stream feels weird, but the audio is still working. Thanks Malaysian routers. All
Woo!
right,
Yeah,
so
Malaysian.
there we
Yeah.
have it, and thank you so much again. And until the next Today on Friday, see you guys around, and
All right. See you guys again.
have a
Thank
good
you.
weekend.
See you guys.